Hey guys, it's Chelsea back with another video. Today is going to be another show review. It's of Star Season 2, Episode 12. And this is the episode where we find out a lot of stuff goes down. And it's really crazy and it had me on the edge of my seat. And at the end of the episode, I was like, I don't know if I want to keep watching. But I'm going to keep watching anyways because it was so good that I'm going to keep watching. And so I'm going to talk about some of the moments in the show that I thought were the big standing out moment that's had me on the edge of my seat. What's about to happen next? What's about to happen next? What's about to happen next? Or can't wait till next episode to see how this develops or what happens next in this relationship or anything in the business side of things. So here we go, getting into the video. The first thing that popped up to me that I was like, okay, what's going down is when Arlene comes to Carlotta's shop to ask Star some questions about if she knows anyone who could have possibly murdered Arlene. And so she's like, no, I don't know of anything. Haven't heard anything, haven't seen anything. But she does know that Brody just said that, she no longer has to worry about Arlene and Arlene's no longer going to be a problem for her. So she has this thing in her mind where she knows that she thinks it's Brody, but she doesn't really know per se. So she knows only when her sister comes and says, that I'm looking for, her murderer, and the police can't find anything, and they found a body in some quarry, and it's like she doesn't really know that it's him until he says, she remembers that he says, "Oh, I took care of Arlene. You don't have to worry about her." Not that he took care of Arlene, but Arlene's taken care of, and that she doesn't have to worry about her. So that was like, okay, what's about to go on? Is anything about to happen? We're gonna have to wait till the next episode to see, if they were gonna find out if Brody did it. And so what happens is, Arlene's sister, her name is Charlene, and they look, dead alike. I almost thought it was her for a second. I was like, is she not dead? So what happens is that Cotton goes to talk to Star, and Star is saying that she thinks she knows that Brody did kill Arlene. And I, for some reason, I think the girl, Charlene, heard her because, for her to come out so quick after Star saying, I think it might have been Brody, and give them both her business card, I think she had to hear something. So something sketchy about that. And then eventually, a little bit ways into the episode, we see that Angel's mom comes back into his life. And she shows up at Midtown, and she's like, yeah, I want to listen to your music, and I want to see how talented you are. I know how talented you are, and I want to listen to your music. But then she's like, oh, I got some bad news to tell you. She's like, I came here, I didn't have my documents, and I got in trouble. I ran one red light, and, they locked me up for so long. That's why you weren't with me all this time. You've been with this guy who you think is your dad. And that was another bomb that was dropped. It was bomb's been dropped. What's about to happen next? Angel finds out from his mom that his dad is not really his dad. So I want to find out who's the dad. That's the thing I want to know the next episode. Who is actually the dad? I was starting to think Jahal's the dad, but I may have missed that, or it may have happened. It's gonna come up in the next video. Hey guys, I'm back. Had to take care of something really quick. So, as I was saying, I was talking about Arlene's sister, and then I talked a little bit about Angel's mom, how when she showed up to Midtown. And so we find out that Jahal is not really Angel's uncle, but I don't know if I missed where, um, geez, I can't think of the word. Her mother, Angel's mother, says, Jahal's your dad. I don't remember that part happening. So I will double check on my facts, or you guys could comment down below if they said that, if that was what was said. And so basically, what Angel's mom also says is that ICE is looking for Angel because he's an undocumented citizen, and she pretty much lied to ICE and said that his dad was his dad, and when it turns out he wasn't, and they have him here and he's not documented, so they're looking for him, and as long as he's in the States, he's not safe. So as long as he's in the States, he's gonna be possibly, put in jail or deported back to Dominican Republic, where his dad is actually from. Excuse me. And so the next big part is that, Floyd Entertainment brings in Quavo. They sign Quavo. And because Floyd Entertainment signs Quavo, and they need a big headliner for this Midtown tour, this Noah Brooks tour, they decide that, okay, let's go see if Quavo will do us a favor and headline in the tour, because the promoter that they had, or the sponsor, whoever she was, she said that the company thinks that Noah is a liability because of what happened last time he was on tour, and how he got drunk and then drugs was involved and he ended up punching the label president. And so because they say that he's a liability, Star decides that we have Quavo here, why don't we have him see if he can do us a favor and kind of hop in on this tour. And so because Quavo's starting to get up a little too close to Alex, and him and Noah aren't too good of friends, really. Tension starts to be created between Quavo and Noah, and it seems like every time Noah doesn't agree with Quavo, he goes running to Maurice. And so because there was one point where Noah feels Quavo disrespected Alex, and so he snaps. And Alex is like, you guys are not about to fight over me like I'm a piece of meat. You need to go solve your problems to yourself. And so Noah gets in his feelings, and Quavo calls him out on social media, saying, "Look at this fool getting in on his feelings," and there's this big drama-filled thing for no reason. I'm like, y'all both need to chill because y'all both look stupid right now. And so Noah was tripped off by something that Quavo says, and Noah ends up punching Quavo in the face, and so Quavo and him are tit for tatting and acting like children, and eventually Quavo decides, I'm just gonna pull out a gun on him. I'm like, boy, you better not shoot him. You better not shoot him. We already lost Lucky. You better not shoot him. And it's like Noah just wants to have his second chance at a tour. So he needs your help, and he's being a jerk right now, but you don't need to pull out no gun and shoot him. It's not right. And so then he gets mad, and he's like, I'm not even doing this tour with you guys anymore. I'm doing you guys a favor. I'm not about to stay here and be disrespected. I guess he felt he was disrespected. And so that's pretty much what happened with the tour. But because, people in Midtown are smart, right? And so Carlotta's like, let's do this. We can still do this tour without Quavo. We can do this, and that. So I'm going to let you guys watch that part, because I'm not going to get into that part. That part was pretty good. I'm not going to go into all the details of what happened in the episode. Otherwise, we'd be here forever. And so then the last thing I wanted to talk about in this review is how we find out that Star was actually the one that killed her mom and not Brody. And Brody was pretty much protecting her and protecting her secret, because she didn't know that what the medicine she was giving her mom was actually killing her, and so that she didn't realize at the time, that she caused her mom to overdose and, be rolled out on a stretcher, and she was literally sitting there like foaming at the mouth, and that part was like had me like, okay, never seen anything like that before, so I was like, yeah. I didn't really realize how bad. I knew that she like overdosed, but I didn't realize it was that bad. And that Star was actually the one that contributed to it. So I think because she was foaming at the mouth, that's why I think that the mom foaming at the mouth had a relation to Star when she had that one dream where she threw up in the bar in the last episode. So that's an interesting part there, and I thought that that those two things kind of connected. So this episode was pretty crazy. We find out at the end, something unfortunate happens, and I want to see what happens next from there. Knowing that Star killed her mom, and Quavo dropped from the tour, and they do the show. But is there any other shows after that? What happens next for them, and what's gonna happen to Angel? That's another thing that I think is really big, and going to be in the next couple episodes. It's going to be really big. So that's it for this video.